too loud. Welcome. Hi Hunter. Arius, which one do you want me to go by? Hi Incubus and hi Volpo. Welcome. How are you guys doing? Arius is good. Okie dokie. Welcome. How are you? I am super tired today. And I hate how I open my mouth and it won't track, but that's just how the fucking update works. Can't do anything about it. How are you guys? I slept 10 hours. No, not 10, 8. Pete, hello. How are you? Which was the good fucking content? You missed yesterday's stream. That was a lot of good content. Today, no clue. It might be, it might be not. We'll never know. Yeah, you got a sub. Are you happy? I actually debated if I should be playing Overwatch again, but I think... Oh shit, right, wait. Oh, no, chat, go back to where you were. Chat, please. The fuck happened? Oh no, I messed up. I know it. Okay. I fixed it. Wow. I'm doing fine, thank you for asking. But yeah, I was wondering if I should be playing some more Overwatch or not, but I ended up saying maybe not. Maybe it's better not to. So today we're just talking a little bit about our days and stuff like that, I guess. Hello gamer, welcome. How are you? Okay, so I was thinking we could read something later. What do you say about that? Nice. I'm happy that you are so excited about the story time. I am too. Oh, also I posted the edited video of the curesd clip to TikTok. So, okay, I'm afraid of okay, no, it's muted. Very good. So if you could go here, go into this link, leave a like, comment something funny so the algorithm will boost my clip and maybe I'll become a TikTok influencer. with my out of context clips. That's the way. That's the way to go. That's how you become famous on the internet. You get people to clip things out of context, and then suddenly you're funny and everybody likes you. That's my big brain strategy. It's been working so far. The most viewed clips on my TikTok are the one where I was trying to see focus, and the one about no wait, this one not the one. But yes, it will be soon. I feel it because people are thirsty for a booba, and then I think that's vaguely sexual, so I'll see it becoming one of my most viewed clips. So yeah. Did you hear the last two videos? No, I haven't. I don't check Discord that much, especially when I'm full of work to do. Like, I literally only open my boyfriend's calls, and that's it. Try to reply to private messages, but I don't look at servers that often. Really like you, Hanzo. Thank you, Volpo. That makes me happy. It's okay, Aries. I wish I didn't have to use TikTok, I'll be honest. I fucking hate that platform. Somebody commented on like a skull emoji, and I didn't even know what the fuck it meant. And apparently it's the new generation slang of like laughing, saying haha, I'm dying of laughter, and I'm like sitting there looking at the emojis and thinking, the fuck are they trying to say? What does a skull emoji mean? Is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Did they think that I should die or something? Is that a death threat? Water. Some good water sounds. Anybody has to go to the bathroom? I should go now. Before the water makes you want to piss, you know. Go take a piss. If you haven't already, it's not healthy to keep it in, you know. Hello Rio, welcome. Just so the 3D model in the clips, I kinda miss it. Yeah, takes too much power from my PC and it heats up a lot, so I'm not gonna use it in summer to avoid having a burning thingy on my neck. Okay, so you'll have to deal with my 2D. Okay. I will caress your head. Pretend I am caressing your head. I'm wishing you a very good night. Go to sleep. Cliff's the beast what is. I'm just saying, it's not healthy to keep it in, okay? Like, don't be like some people that have to go take a piss and they're like outside and they don't want to go to look for a bathroom, I don't know, like look for a bar, ask to use the bathroom, and so they keep it in, and that's not healthy, guys. Don't do that. Peter, don't fucking do that. It's not healthy. Don't do that. Okay. Have for 20 likes on TikTok. I see this as an absolute win. Y'all don't like my TikTok stuff anymore. Gotta keep it like that. Gotta keep the 420. Blaze it. Absolute chat of a number. Thank you, Volpo, for the follow, by the way. Let me close TikTok. The white background is burning my eyes. Oh, I have a fan with me. Do you wanna hear the sound it makes? Cause it's beautiful, I love it. Oh, that's the wrong way. Yeah, I don't like TikTok either, but the discoverability on that platform is too good to pass, you know. Hello, Ned Kurbani, welcome. That's so hot. That's me using the fan, by the way. Don't know if you can hear the hair moving. I'm using the fan to caress you. I can bonk you. I'll bonk you with the fan. Oh, that was very loud. Sorry. Bonk. Number 1 rule of TikTok. Use TikTok only for business purpose or you regret it. Yeah, that's what I've been doing right now. Like, I'm only uploading clips. And that's all. It's Real Pizza. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. How are you? Welcome, welcome. So hot. Guys, why is summer so bad? I hate summer. All my homies hate summer. And we hate summer together, happily, like a big family. Damn, I just love playing with this fan. Yeah, fuck you, summer. Tell them, Volpo. Fuck you, summer. Fuck you, summer. Fuck you, summer. Imagine if someone named Summer just came in. That would be embarrassing. Have a bad hay fever, said the spy summer. Yeah, summer is like awful. Why do I have to like stay inside and drink shit ton of water just to expel it by sweating? Like, bro, make it make sense. Make it make sense. Peter, get out of here. Your opinion is invalid. We all hate summer. The only good thing about summer is vacation. That's it. Yeah, but that don't count. That don't count. Yeah, it is a cash grab. That's true. Hello, Deku. Welcome. How are you? My opinion spotted and ignored. Yes. do have to agree that vacation is nice, but that doesn't make me hate summer less. I really want summer to end. Can we skip like summer and go straight to like autumn and whatever it is like next on the line of seasons? Yeah, vacation can be anytime. You have winter vacations. There are countries where they go to school during summer, you know. They have like a summer break, but it's 1 month instead of 3. I just like winter best, you know. Like it's the snow, the cold weather, the fact that you can dress up to not feel cold, and you can put as many things as you want on top of yourself, and you can drink tea, hot chocolate, all of the cool stuff, eat a lot of hot food. Amazing. Hello Icarus, welcome. And I'm doing good, Deku, thank you for asking. Thank you for the lurk, Icarus. Could be the first person I know that likes snow, to be honest. I love snow, are you kidding? I love making snowmen. Snowmen are so fun to make. There's 2 types of winter people. There's a lot of clothes and t-shirts people, yeah, true. I love the snow so much. Like, have you ever gone to like a mountain town with the snow? It's like the best thing ever. Like, you can build snowman and you can play with like the house called sledge. You know the thing, in Italian we call it bob also. It's like a sledge, and it's so funny. It's so fun, like a lot of fun. And the hot food, I love hot food. Like I could drink ramen eat, but also drink broth, you know. But I could eat ramen with broth all day. Like love winter because of that. I can't drink the broth during the summer because it's already hot, you know. And it won't cool me down. But during winter it just heats you up and you have a full belly full of tasty food, heated up by the food, you know, and you're happy and content. And also no mosquitoes, no full insects. What can you ask more? Come on. There are a million reasons why you should prefer winter to summer. Yeah, I hate the beach. I hate like swimming, so it's like my hate goes hand in hand. Are we losing frames? Wait, why? What happened? Who? What? Hello Ghostly, welcome. How are you? We're losing frames. OBS says. Ah, yeah. Let me check on that frame loss. I think there's something downloading in the background, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure it's Windows. Pretty sure it's Windows. Tell me I'm watching the same clip over and over. It breaks me every time. I'm trying to stop Windows from updating at this very moment, but it won't let me. Come on, Windows. Stop the fucking update. I'm doing something else right now. Oh, Castle, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang, how are you? Windows won't cooperate, apparently. Dang. Let me just... It's so weird. Like I'm literally not doing anything besides streaming. Everything else is like turned off. Windows here doing his things. What? 30 megas? Is it because I'm streaming? Yeah, probably though. That is understandable. How much upload do I got? Yeah, 5 because I'm streaming. That's fine, that's fine. Okay, Windows stopped. Perfect. Perfect. Hello Scar, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang, how are you? I'm doing super fine, thank you for asking. Except for the fact that I am losing photograms that I have no clue why. Because I see the stream is lagging, but I have no clue why. Might just be a Twitch problem. No idea. Well, as long as it's bearable, as long as it's fine. What kind of settings do I have? No, I have set it to 4 or 5 kbps. And it never gave me a problem up until now, I guess. Oh. It's so pretty, oh thank you. I guess it's not fine, it's bothering me. I don't know what's the cause and it's pissing me off. And I'm like trying to figure it out. And it seems like to be just a problem on OBS because the stream seems to be doing fine. Unless some of you are having issues that I am not aware of. But it doesn't look like it's the case. So... just ignore the frame loss, I guess. I'll move fast to check. No, it seems to be doing fine. Okay, let's check on Google some keyboard ASMR for you. Oh, it went back to being okay. So yeah, it was like an issue somewhere that's resolved now. Good to know, good to know. Water. Do you guys like the sound of water? Skill issue. Ooh. It was a frame rate issue, not a skill issue. I am very skilled. I'll have you know that. Don't try to say that I'm bad, okay? I am super skilled. You're busy. Hello, Rodrigo. Welcome. How are you? Welcome, welcome. It's not peace, it's water. I'm not drinking peace. Ew, disgusting. But you would say the truth if we were talking about video games. I'm terrible at aiming. You know what, I'll do some aim lab. No, I'll download aim. I should train my aim. What do you guys think? I should train my aim because I'm terrible at aiming. You know? Oh no, it's 7 gigabytes. Never mind, I'll train my aim by playing. I wonder, would Overwatch make me lag if I was to play like now? Just checking, like I have the frame rate set to 60. And I could lower the resolution. And maybe the mouth open should work better. Yeah. No, I don't think it would work. Well, reading time, I guess. Kinda wanted to play Overwatch, not gonna lie, but I'll do it after stream tonight. Tonight the stream will be a bit shorter because I want to get to sleep earlier. So I started 1 hour in advance just to make sure. Okay, let me raise the gain so you can hear me even though I'm far from the mic. Okay. We'll read one story, one Lovecraft story. Don't think I can read more. Last time I got super sleepy. I think you guys have no idea. Okay, this one is called Cool Air. So, look at my desk. Oh, sorry. Let's start reading. You ask me to explain why I am afraid of a draught of cool air, why I shiver more than others upon entering a cold room, and seem nauseated and repelled when the chill of evening creeps through the heat of a mild autumn day. There are those who say I respond to cold as others do to a bad odor, and I am the last to deny the impression. What I will do is to relate the most horrible circumstance I ever encountered and leave it to you to judge whether or not this forms a suitable explanation of my peculiarity. It is a mistake to fancy that horror is associated inextricably with darkness, silence, and solitude. I found it in the glare of mid-afternoon, in the clangor of a metropolis, and in the teeming midst of a shabby and commonplace rooming house with a prosaic landlady and two stalwart men by my side. In the spring of 1923, I had secured some dreary and unprofitable magazine work in the city of New York, and being unable to pay any substantial rent, began drifting from one cheap boarding establishment to another in search of a room which might combine the qualities of a decent cleanliness and durable furnishing and a very reasonable price. It soon developed that I had only choice between different evils, but after a time I came upon a house in West 14th Street, which disgusted me much less than the others I had sampled. Hey Rexel, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang, how are you? We're reading Lovecraft. Welcome, welcome. The place was a 4-story mansion of brownstone, dating apparently from the late 40s, and fitted with woodwork and marble whose stained and solid splendor argued a descent from high levels of tasteful opulence. In the rooms, large and lofty, and decorated with impossible paper and ridiculously ornate stucco cornices, there lingered a depressing mustiness and hint of obscure cookery. But the floors were clean, the linen tolerably regular, and the hot water not too often cold or turned off, so that I came to regard it as at least a bearable place to hibernate till one might really live again. Okay, Akoyai, welcome, welcome. And I'm glad I got it right. I usually butcher names. The landlady is Laternal, almost bearded Spanish woman named Herrero. Do not annoy me with gossip or with criticism of the late burning electric light with my third-floor front hall room, and my fellow lodgers were as quiet and uncommunicative as one might desire. Being mostly Spaniards. What does Spaniards mean? Wait, never heard of that word. Is it like the old way of saying Spanish? Oh yeah, it's the old way of saying Spanish. The more you know. I like the sound of the eyes, the luminosity is perfect. Oh, thank you. Okay. Only the din of streetcars in the thoroughfare below proved a serious annoyance. I had been there about 3 weeks when the first of the incident occurred. One evening, at about 8, I heard a sputtering on the floor and became suddenly aware that I had been smelling the pungent odor of ammonia for some time. Looking about, I saw that the ceiling was wet and dripping, the soaking apparently proceeding from a corner on the side toward the street. To Dragon, welcome! How are you? We're reading Lovecraft. Welcome, welcome. Anxious to stop the matter at its source, I hastened to the basement to tell the landlady, and was assured by her that the trouble would quickly be set right. Dr. Munoz, she cried as she rushed upstairs ahead of me. He has spilled his chemicals. He has to seek for doctor himself, sicker and sicker all the time. But he will not have to no other for help. He is very queer in his sickness. Oh. Andrew, hello, welcome. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. I'm doing fine. And you should go to sleep. Now's the best chance. I am reading Lovecraft to wish you all a good night. You know. Hello, Fia. Did anybody see my kiss? Have you checked your bottle? Just asking. Maybe you put them far up there. I see that you're a man of culture as well, Fia. Oh, Volpo doesn't get it. I'm sorry, Volpo, you'll never get the meme. So Random Lemon, welcome. How are you? We are reading Lovecraft, sort of. I mean, I'm getting interrupted very often. Oh, a new car? Which car do you want to buy, JD? A Lamborghini? Or a Panda? I mean, the price difference is kinda big. Okay, let me resume. I lost the point where I was at. Oh yeah, I was doing a very bad Spanish accent. I'm so sorry for that. I'll just try to read it normally. He's very queer in his sickness. All day he take funny smelling bath and he cannot get excited or warm. All his own housework he do. His little room are full of bottles and machines, and do not work as doctor. But he was great once. A father in Barcelona I've heard of him. And all the juice now he fix the arm of the plumber to get hard of sudden. He never go out on the roof, and my boy Esteban, he bring him his food and laundry and medicines and chemicals. My God, this is the ammoniac that man use for keep him cool. Please, no comments with my accent. Some Pulsar SS and 15. I don't know what the fuck that is, but I'll assume it's a cool car. So I'll just say nice. Miss Herrero disappeared up the staircase to the 4th floor, and I returned to my room. The ammonia ceased to drip, and as I cleaned up what had spilled and opened the window for air, I heard the landlady's heavy footsteps above me. Dr. Munoz I had never heard, save for certain sounds, a sound of gasoline-driven mechanism, since his step was soft and gentle. I wondered for a moment what the strange affliction of this man might be, and whether his obstinate refusal of outside aid were not a result of a rather baseless eccentricity. There is, I reflected directly, an infinite deal of pathos in the state of an eminent person who has come down in the world. Sorry, I thought I received the message. I might never have known Dr. Munoz had it not been for the heart attack that had suddenly seized me one forenoon as I sat writing in my room. A physician had told me of the danger of those spells, and I knew there was no time to be lost. So remembering what the landlady had said would involve its help of the injured workman, I dragged myself upstairs and knocked feebly at the door above mine. My knock was answered in good English by a curious voice some distance to the right, asking my name and business, and these things being stated, there came an opening of the door next to the one I had sought. A rush of cool air greeted me, and though the day was one of the hottest of late June, I shivered as I crossed the threshold into a large apartment whose rich and tasteful decoration surprised me in this nest of squalor and seediness. Oh, thank you for passing by, JD. Have fun at work. Love you too. Bye-bye. See you later. A folding couch now filled its diurnal roll of sofa, and a mahogany of furniture, sumptuous hangings, old paintings, and mellow bookshelves all bespoke a gentleman's study rather than a boarding-house bedroom. I now saw that the whole room above mine, the little room of bottles and machines which Miss Herrero had mentioned, was merely the laboratory of the doctor, and that his main living quarters lay in the spacious adjoining room, whose convenient alcoves and large contiguous bathroom permitted him to idle treasures and obtrusive utilitarian devices. Dr. Munoz most certainly was a man of birth, cultivation, and discrimination. The figure before me was short, but exquisitely proportioned, and clad in somewhat formal dress of perfect cut and fit. A high-bred face, masterful though not arrogant expression, was adorned by a short iron rifle beard, and an old-fashioned pince-nez shielded at the full, dark eyes, and surmounted an aquiline nose which gave a Moorish touch to a physiognomy otherwise dominantly Siberian. Thick, well-trimmed hair that argued the punctual curls of a barber was parted gracefully above a high forehead, and the whole picture was one of striking intelligence and superior blood and breeding. Nevertheless, as I saw Dr. Munoz in the blast of cool air, I felt a repugnance which nothing in his aspect could justify. Only his lividly inclined complexion and coldness of touch could have afforded a physical basis for this feeling. Bruh, that's one of the most racist things I've ever read in a book. Lovecraft, come on. I'm disappointed. We're not even talking about like Mexicans, which would be better in context. You know, it's Spanish. Like, why were Americans so racist against everybody? It always baffles me. Like, you either were American or you were getting discriminated. That's how it worked in the early 20s, I think. Well, let's move on. And if these things should have been excusable considering a man's known invalidism, it might too have been the singular cold that alienated me, for such chilliness was abnormal on so hot a day, and the abnormal always excites aversion, distrust, and fear. But repugnance was soon forgotten in admiration, for the strange physician's extreme skill at once became manifest by the ice coldness and shakiness of his bloodless-looking hands. He clearly understood my needs at a glance, and ministered to them with a master's deftness, the while reassuring me in finely modulated thought though oddly hollow and timbreless voice, that he was the bitterest of sworn enemies to death, and had sunk his fortune and lost all his friends in a lifetime of bizarre experiment devoted to his bafflement and extirpation. Something of the benevolent fanatic seemed to reside in him, and he rambled on almost garrulously as he sounded my chest and mixed a suitable draught of drugs fetched from the smaller laboratory room. Evidently, he found the society of a well-born man a rare novelty in his stingy environment, and was moved to an accustomed speech as memories of better days surged over him. His voice, if queer, was at least soothing, and I could not even perceive that he breathed as the fluent sentences rolled urbanely out. He sought to distract my mind from my own seizure by speaking of his theories and experiments, and I remember his tactfully consoling me about my weak heart by insisting that will and consciousness are stronger than organic life itself, so that if a bodily frame be but originally healthy and carefully preserved, it may, through a scientific enhancement of these qualities, retain a kind of nervous animation, despite the most serious impairments, defects, or even absence in the battery of specific organs. He might, he half-jestingly said, some day teach me to live, or at least to possess some kind of conscious existence, without any art at all. For his part, he was afflicted with a complication of maladies requiring a very exact regimen, which included constant cold. Any marked rise in temperature might, if prolonged, affect him fatally, and the frigidity of his habitation, some 55 or 56 degrees Fahrenheit, was maintained by an absorption system of ammonia cooling, the gasoline engine of whose pumps I had often heard in my own room below. Relieved of my seizure in a marvelously short while, I left the shiver place in disciple and devotee of the gifted recluse. After that, I paid him frequent overcoded calls, listening while he told of secret researches and almost ghastly results, and trembling a bit when I examined the unconventional and astonishingly ancient volumes on his shelves. I was eventually, I may add, almost cured of my disease for all a time by his skillful ministrations. It seemed that he did not scorn the incantation of the medievalists, since he believed these cryptic formulae to contain rare psychological stimuli which might conceivably have singular effect on the substance of a nervous system from which organic pulsations had fled. I was touched by his account of the aged Dr. Torres of Valencia, who had shared his earlier experiments with him through the great illness of 18 years before, whence his present disorders proceeded. No sooner had the venerable practitioner saved his colleague than he himself succumbed to the grim enemy he had fought. Perhaps the strain had been too great, for Dr. Mignot's made it whisperingly clear, though not in detail, that the methods of healing had been most extraordinary, involving scenes and processes not welcomed by elderly and conservative gallants. As the week passed, I observed with regret that my new friend was indeed slowly but unmistakably losing ground physically, as Miss Herrero had suggested. The livid aspect of his countenance was intensified. His voice became more hollow and indistinct. His muscular motions were less perfectly coordinated, and his mind and will displayed less resilience and initiative. Of this sad change he seemed by no means unaware, and little by little his expression and conservation both took on a gruesome irony which restored in me something of the subtle repulsion I had originally felt. He developed strange caprices, acquiring a fondness for exotic spices and Egyptian incense till his room smelled like the vault of a sepulchred pharaoh in the Valley of Kings. At the same time, his demands for cold air increased, and with my aid he amplified the ammonia piping of his room and modified the pumps and feed of his refrigerating machine so he could keep the temperature as low as 34 Celsius or 40 Celsius. Oh, Fahrenheit, sorry. Yeah, that would be very hot otherwise. Sorry boys, I'm a normal person, we use Celsius. As low as 34 Fahrenheit or 40 Fahrenheit, and finally even 28. The bathroom and laboratory, of course, being less chilled in order that water might not freeze, and that chemical processes might not be impeded. The tenant adjoining him complained of the icy air from around the connecting door, so I helped him fit heavy hangings to obviate the difficulty. A kind of growing horror of watery and morbid cast seemed to possess him. He talked of death incessantly, but laughed hollowly when such things as burial or funeral arrangements were gently suggested. I like your voice. Oh, thank you, Icarus. It makes me happy to hear that. All in all, he became a disconcerting and even gruesome companion. Yet, in my gratitude for his healing, I could not well abandon him to the strangers around him, and was careful to dust his room and to tend to his needs each day, muffled in a heavy ulster which I bought especially for his purpose. I likewise did much of his shopping, and gasping implemented some of the chemicals he ordered from druggists and laboratory supply houses. An increasing and unexplained atmosphere of panic seemed to rise around his apartment. The whole house, as I have said, had musty odor, but the smell in his room was worse, and in spite of all the spices and incense and the pungent chemicals of the now incessant baths which he insisted on taking unaided, I perceived that he must be connected with his ailment, and shuddered when I reflected on what that ailment might be. Miss Herrero crossed herself when she looked at him, and gave him up unreservedly to me, and even letting her son Esteban continue to run errands for him. When I suggested other physicians, the sufferer would fly into as much of a rage as he seemed to dare to entertain. He evidently feared the physical effect of violent emotion, yet his will and driving force waxed rather than waned, and he refused to be confined to his bed. The lassitude of his earlier days gave place to a return of his very purpose, so that he seemed about to hurl defiance at the death demon even as that ancient enemy seized him. The pretense of eating, always curiously like a formality with him, he virtually abandoned, and mental power alone appeared to keep him from total collapse. He acquired a habit of writing long documents of some sort, which carefully sealed and filled with the injunctions that I transmit after his death to certain person whom he named, for the most part lettered distinctions, but including a well-celebrated French physician not generally too dead, and about whom the most inconceivable thing had been whispered. As it happened, I burned all these papers undelivered and unopened. His aspect and voice became utterly frightful, and his presence almost unbearable. One September day, an unexpected glimpse of him induced an epileptic fit in a man who had come to repair his electric desk lamp, a feat for which he prescribed effectively whilst keeping himself well out of sight. The man, well enough, had been through the terrors of the Great War without having incurred any fright so thorough. Then, in the middle of October, the horror of horrors came with stupefying suddenness. One night, about 11, the pump of the refrigerating machine broke down, so that within 3 hours, the process of ammonia cooling became impossible. Dr. Munoz summoned me by thumping on the floor, and I worked desperately to repair the injury, while my host nursed in a tone whose lifeless, rattling hollowness surpassed description. My amateur efforts, however, proved of no use, and when I had brought in a mechanic from a neighboring all-night garage, we learned that nothing could be done till morning, when a new piston would have to be obtained. The Moribund hermit's rage and fear, swelling to grotesque proportions, seemed likely to shatter what remained of his failing physique, and was a spasm caused him to clap his hands to his eyes and rush into the bathroom. He groped his way out with face tightly bandaged, and I never saw his eyes again. RJ, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. Hi Spank, thank you so much for following too. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. How are you doing? Hope you're both doing fine. We're reading Lovecraft tonight. The frigidity of the apartment was now sensibly diminishing, and at about 5 a.m. the doctor retired to the bathroom, commanding me to keep him supplied with all the ice I could obtain at all-night drugstores and cafeterias. As I would return from my sometimes discouraging trips and lay my paws before the closed bathroom door, I could hear restless splashing within, and a thick voice croaking out the order for more, more. At the line to a worm day broke, and the shops opened one by one. I asked Esteban either to help with the ice fetching whilst I obtained the pump piston, or to order the piston while I continued with the ice, but instructed by his mother, he absolutely refused. Volty, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang, how are you? Finally, I hired a seedy-looking loafer whom I encountered on the corner of 8th Avenue to keep the patient supplied with ice from a little shop where I introduced him, and applied myself diligently to the task of finding a pump piston and engaging workmen competent to install it. The task seemed interminable, and I raged almost as violently as the hermit when I saw the hours slipping by in a breathless, foodless round of vain telephoning, and in hectic quest from place to place, hither and thither by subway and service car. About noon, I encountered a suitable supply house far downtown, and at approximately 1:30 p.m. arrived at my boarding place with the necessary paraphernalia and 2 sturdy and intelligent mechanics. I had done all I could, and hoped I was in time. Gandalf Jukar, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang, how are you? Going to sleep? Just stop by follow because I see my recommendation. Oh, that's so nice of you. Thank you. I wish you a good sleep and sweet dreams then. Thank you so much again for passing by. Black terror, however, had preceded me. The house was in utter turmoil, and above the chatter of odd voices, I heard a man praying in a deep basso. Finished things were in the air, and lodgers told over the beads of their rosaries as they cooked the odor from beneath the doctor's closed door. The longer I had hired, it seemed, had fled screaming and mad-eyed not long after his second delivery of ice, perhaps as a result of excessive curiosity. He could not, of course, have locked the door behind him, yet it was now fastened, presumably from the inside. There was no sound within, save a nameless sort of slow, thick dripping. Briefly consulting with Miss Herrera and the workman, despite the fear that gnawed in my soul, I advised the breaking down of the door, but the landlady found a way to turn the key from the outside with some wire device. We had previously opened the door of all the other rooms on that hall and flung all the windows to the very top. Now, noses protected by handkerchiefs, we tremblingly invaded the accursed south room, which blazed with a warm sun over the afternoon. A kind of dark, slimy trail led from the open bathroom door to the hall door, and thence to the desk, where a terrible little pool had accumulated. Something was scrawled there in pencil in an awful blind hand on a piece of paper I'd usually smeared as though by the very close the trees they hurried less words. Then the trail led to the couch and ended unutterably. What was, or had been, on the couch I cannot and dare not say here. But it is what I shiveringly puzzled out on the stickily smeared paper before I drew a match and burned it to a crisp. What I puzzled out in terror as a landlady and two mechanics rushed frantically from that hellish place to babble their incoherent stories at the nearest police station. The nauseous words seemed well-nigh incredible in that yellow sunlight, with the clatter of cars and motor trucks ascending clamorously from crowded 14th Street. Yet I confess that I believed them then. Whether I believe them now, I honestly do not know. There are things about which it is better not to speculate, and all that I can say is that I hate the smell of ammonia and grow faint at the draught of unusually cool air. The end, ran the noisome scroll, is here. No more eyes. The man looked and ran away. Warmer every minute, and the tissues can't last. I fancy know what I say about the will and the nerves and the preserved body after the organs cease to work. It was a good theory, but couldn't keep up indefinitely. There was a gradual deterioration I had not foreseen. Dr. Torres knew, but the shock killed him. He couldn't stand what he had to do. He had to get me in a strange, dark place when he minded my letter and nursed me back. And the organs never would work again. It had to be done my way, artificial preservation. For you see, I died that time, 18 years ago. Susie Mendoza, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang, how are you? Dime come mai. Non lo so, Fia. What's the question? Thank you for reminding me to drink. I was able to do that because my throat is very dry right now. Real life gang here again. Hi, Ivan. Which song are you guys singing? I don't know it. I don't know that song. I don't know what the fuck the song is. But I'm impressed that you know the lyrics by memory. No, I don't know it. I have no clue what song it is. Who wrote it? Wait, got a message, let me check. Oh, I've occasionally heard some songs, but I don't never listen to a lot of Italian music. So I might have missed some songs that you guys know and that I do not know. Brain dead today, I can't even speak. Not in English, nor in Italian. I liked this story, by the way. Hello, Iñeto, welcome. Yeah. Hello, Master Mike. Welcome, welcome. Ah. Shit, I hit my arm because the next story is the Call of Cthulhu. It's kinda long though. Yeah, I'm checking how many pages it is. I want to dedicate one full stream to reading this story. I'll read it all in one sitting. Oh, we're getting to the long ones. Okay. Because the ones after the Call of Cthulhu is one of my favorites, which is the Color Out of Space. Yeah, then we got the Color Out of Space. Then the Whisper in the Darkness, which is also kind of, the longest ones are in the end, okay. And then we have the Shadow over Innsmouth, and then the Hunter of the Dark. And after that, we finish the book. SD, hello! Thank you so much for the lurk. Okay, let me just... Yes, it will take a couple hours probably to read Call of Cthulhu and all the other stories, so I'll do like special streams for those. I want to read them all in one sitting. I think it would be more fun like that. Don't you think? As for today, my plan was to read more stories, but we've gotten to the point where they're all too long, so suggestions on what to do? Maybe, guys, what do you say if we do fan fictions, reading some like funny ones? And our 3 is full of guys, I know what I should read. Wait. Guys, okay, important question. Do you guys know what my immortal is? Have you ever heard of that fanfiction? Hello, Dr. Mama. Hello, Yurichi. Welcome. Hanzo-Chan, dang. Sorry if I did something to make him mad. I apologize. But I guess going back to the important stuff. Have you ever heard My Immortal or read it? It's amazing. If you guys haven't, I know what we're gonna read next. I need to find a re-upload because I'm pretty sure that the original upload has been deleted. But I'm pretty sure it's like uploaded somewhere. Oh yeah, there's the re-upload. Let's go. Okay, I read you the summary. read you the summary, and then you decide if it's something that can interest you. My Mortal is the most famous, notoriously bad fanfiction ever written, based very loosely in the Harry Potter universe and featuring the blatant Mary Sue protagonist Ebony, or oftentimes Enobi, Darkness, Dementia, Raven, Way. It reads like a detailed list of everything a fanfic author could ever possibly do wrong, only taken to exaggerated, horrifying extremes. Written by Super Tara Gillespie, My Mortal was originally posted to sometime in 2006, but was subsequently deleted by the staff after causing a severe drop in the site's collective IQ. In fact, the fanfic is so unbelievably bad that many refuse to accept that it's real, insisting that Tara was only trolling and that the story is really a parody, regardless of the author's intent. My Mortal remains one of the most cringe-worthy, unintentionally hilarious, so bad it's so good pieces of literature the internet have ever shed out. So, do you guys want to go through this adventure with me? Mommy Enjoyer, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. How are you? And hello Trainer, I'm doing fine. Very fine actually. I might have found something fun to read on stream. If you guys... There are like 44 chapters. And there are also the notes, I think. Yeah, there are author note. Nice. I'm doing fine, thank you for asking. So, okay, I'll make a poll. Okay, let me make the poll. Well, I'll do just 1 minute, so vote fast. There it is. Let's go. Sounds like a lot of fun. Oh, it is. Trust me. I've read it already years ago because it's one big piece of internet history, I believe. I won't read it all today because, again, there are like 44 chapters, badly written. So, yeah, you know, I don't wanna risk that. Let me check. Oh, okay. Night ambient sound is going strong. Perfect. Well, I guess it's a yes. I'll vote yes because it's my idea. I like it. Big idea. Yes. Okay, let's go. Oh, by the way, I'll read all of the grammar mistakes that the author made. We're not skipping these. Stream will be very educational. Yes, you're not ready, trust me though. Like, you're not ready for what we're going to read. You're not. Trust me. Okay, let's go. Chapter 1. We start with the author's note. Special thanks. Get it? Cause I'm gothic. To my GF. Ew, not in that way. Raven. Bloody Tears 666 for helping me with the story and spelling. You rock. Justin, you're the love of my depressing life. You rock too. MCR rocks. That's a good start if you ask me. Hi, my name is Ebony Darkness Dementia Ravenway, and I have long ebony black hair. That's how I got my name, with purple streaks and red tips that reaches my mid-back and icy blue eyes like limpy deers, and a lot of people tell me I look like Emily. Author's note. If you don't know who she is, get the hell out of here. I'm not related to Gerard Way, but I wish I was because he's a major fucking hottie. Agree, though? I have to agree. I'm a vampire, but my teeth are straight and white. I have pale white skin. I'm also a witch, and I go to a magic school called Hogwarts in England, where I'm in the 7th year. I'm 17. I'm a goth, in case you couldn't tell, and I wear mostly black. I love Hot Topic and I buy all my clothes from there. For example, today I was wearing a black corset with matching lace around it and a black leather miniskirt, pink fishnets and black combat boots. I was wearing a black lipstick, white foundation, black eyeliner and red eyeshadow. I was walking outside Hogwarts. It was snowing or raining, so there was no sun, which I was very happy about. A lot of preps stared at me. I put up my middle finger at them. So far so good, right? So far so good. Hey Ebony, shouted a voice. I looked up. It was Draco Malfoy. What's up, Draco? I asked. Nothing, he said shyly. But then I heard my friends call me and I had to go away. Author's note. Is he good? Please tell me things. And that's the first chapter for you all. Yeah, you've seen nothing. You've seen nothing. I'll proceed with the second one. Author's note. Thanks to Bloody Tears 666 for helping me with the chapter. By the way, perhaps stop flaming my story, okay? The next day, I woke up in my bedroom. It was snowing and raining again. I opened the door of my coffin and drank some blood from a bottle I had. My coffin was black ebony and inside it was hot pink velvet with black lace on the ends. I got out of my coffin and took off my giant MCR t-shirt, which I used for pajamas. Instead, I put on a black leather dress, a pentagram necklace, combat boots, and black fishnets on. I put on 4 pairs of earrings in my pierced ears and put my hair in a kind of messy bun. My friend, Willow, author's note, Raven, this is you, woke up then and grinned at me. She flipped her long waistline raven black hair with pink streaks and opened her forest green eyes. She put on her Marilyn Manson t-shirt with the black mini, fishnets and pointy high heels boots. We put on our makeup, black lipstick, white foundation and black eyeliner. OMFG, I saw you talking to Draco Malfoy yesterday, she said excitedly. Yeah, so? I said, blushing. Do you like Draco? She asked as we went out of the Slytherin common room and into the Great Hall. No, I so fucking don't, I shouted. Yeah, right, she exclaimed. Just then, Draco walked up to me. Hi, he said. Hi, I replied flirtily. Guess what? Sorry, I can't read it on the street. Face. I'm trying, guys, and just... Guess what? He said. What? I asked. Well, good Charlotte are having a concert in Hogsmeade, he told me. Oh my fucking god, I screamed. I love Jesse. They are my favorite band, besides MCR. Well, do you want to go with me? He asked. I gasped. And that was the second chapter. Okay, I'm reading the third and fourth one now. happening with it? I miss hyped. We're reading My Immortal. It's a very badly written fanfiction. I'm trying to read it with the straightest face possible, but I am just... I know what's coming up. Wait a second. Okay, sorry. I'll continue. Chapter 3. Author's note. And it's in caps lock, by the way. The first part. Stop flaming the story preps, okay? Otherwise, thanks to the Gothic people for the good reviews. Thanks again, Raven. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't own these or the lyrics for Good Charlotte. Crawl out, sorry, there was a typo there, almost missed it. On the night of the concert, I put on my black lace boot with high heels. Underneath them were ripped red fishnets. Then I put on a black leather mini dress with all this corset stuff on the back and front. I put on matching fishnet on my arms. I straightened my hair and made it look all spiky. I felt a little depressed then, so I slit one of my wrists. I did not remember this. I did not fucking remember this. What the fucking fuck? Hello, Page. Welcome. What the fuck? I read a depressing book while I waited for it to stop bleeding and I listened to some cheesy. What the fuck? I completely removed that part from my brain. Like, Twitch, I am not condoning self-harm. Do not ban me. I'm just reading what other people wrote, okay? If y'all are feeling suicidal, go get help. Okay, that's it. Disclaimer, because you never know what happened. I hope that won't be a recurrency on this fanfiction, although I kind of have the feeling it will be. I painted my nails black and put on tons of black eyeliner. Then I put on some black lipstick. I didn't put on foundation because I was pale anyway. I drank some human blood, so I was ready to go to the concert. I went outside. Draco was waiting there in front of his flying car. He was wearing a simple plain t-shirt. They will play at the show too. Baggy black skater pants, black nail polish, and a little eyeliner. Other note. A lot of kill boys wear it, okay? Hi, Draco. Oh no, wait. Yeah, she's depressed, right? Hi, Draco. I said in a depressed voice. Hi, Ebony. He said back. We walked into his flying black Mercedes-Benz. The license plate said 66, and flew to the place with the concert. On the way, we listened excitedly to Good Charlotte and Marilyn Manson. We both smoked cigarettes and drugs. When we got there, we both hopped out of the car. We went to the mosh pit at the front of the stage and jumped up and down as we listened to Good Charlotte. Okay, I don't know how the song sounds. Just getting juicy real quickly. Yeah. A little too much, we see. The blood kind of juicy. I will read the lyrics. You coming cold, you're covered in blood. They're also happy you've arrived. The doctor cuts your cord, hands you to your mom. She sets you free into this life. Sang Joel. I don't know the lyrics to that song. Joel is so fucking hot, I said to Draco, pointing to him as he sang, filling the club with his amazing voice. Suddenly, Draco looked sad. What's wrong? I asked as we marched to the music. Then I cooked on. Hey, it's okay, I don't like him better than you, I said. Really? Asked Draco sensitively as he put his arm around me all protective. Really? I said. Besides, I don't even know Joel, and he's going out with Hillary fucking Duff. I fucking hate that little bitch, I said disgustedly, thinking of her ugly blonde face. The night went on really well, and I had a great time. So did Draco. After the concert, we drank some beer and asked Benji and Joel for their autographs and photos with them. We got to see GC concerts teas. Draco and I crawled back into the Mercedes-Benz, but Draco didn't go back into Hogwarts. Instead, he drove the car into the Forbidden Forest. And that's the end of chapter 3. Joel, yes, the singer of Good Charlotte, I assume. Pika, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. We are reading Bad Fanfiction, My Immortal. If you're wondering what the fuck is going on in the stream. Smoke drugs, so that help. I mean, it could be weed, you know? Could just be weed for all we know. It was unspecified drugs. Chapter 4. Author's note. Ascend Stoop Fleming, okay? Ebony's name is Inobi, not Marisu, okay? Draco is so in love with her that he is acting different. They knew each other before, okay? Draco, I shouted. What the fuck do you think you're doing? Draco didn't answer, but he stopped the flying car and he walked out of it. I walked out of it too, curiously. What the fucking hell? I asked angrily. Ebony? He asked. What? I snapped. Draco leaned in extra close and I looked into his gothic red eyes. He was wearing color contacts, which revealed so much depressing sorrow and evilness, and then suddenly I didn't feel mad anymore. And then, suddenly, just as Draco kissed me passionately. Compose your Hanzo, compose yourself. Draco climbed on top of me and we started to make out keenly against the tree. Can I read that? He took off my top and I took off his clothes. I even took off my bra. Okay, it's not too explicit, it's just... Okay, actually. Guys, what's the limit of explicit content I can read? Because this isn't like, it gets the idea. It's not too explicit and it's making me laugh so fucking hard. But I don't know. What's the limit of Twitch? Let me look at the guidelines. Because I'm trying, I will skip the parts that are too explicit for explicit, simulated or implied, blah 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 blah. Okay. Ikanizer1, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. Okay. Papa. Okay. it's not that explicit, so I'll already, fuck it. You guys gotta laugh with me. Then you put this thing into my you-know-what, and we did it for the first time. Yeah, I think that's fine, not straight up saying the thing. Guess it's fine. If not, Twitch, I promise I won't do it anymore. No, okay, Deco, I've read literally what it's written. I'm not scared for my for how I feel. I'm scared of Twitch grabbing the ban hammer, Listen, as long as you guys don't report it, I think it's fine. It's not explicit, it's just like, it gets the idea through, I guess. It just makes me laugh how she wrote that, so I screamed. Okay, no, I can't read this one. I started to kiss everywhere, and my pale body became all warm. And then, what the hell are you doing, you motherfuckers? It was Dumbledore. Dumbledore appeared. Dang. Coding 4K, ebony. Comrade Lycard, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. We're reading a bad fanfiction. Chapter 5, Author's Note. Stop flaming. If you flame, it means you're a prep or a poser. The only reason Dumbledore swore is 'cause he had a headache, okay? And on top of that, he was mad at them for having a sword. P.S. I'm not updating until I get 5 good revives. Dumbledore made it, and Draco and I followed him. He kept shouting at us angrily. You ludicrous fools, he shouted. I started to cry tears of blood down my pallid face. Draco comforted me. When we went back to the castle, Dumbledore took us to Professor Snape and Professor McGonagall, who were both looking very angry. They were having sex ward in the Forbidden Forest, he yelled in a furious voice. Why did you do such a thing, you mediocre dunces? Asked the Professor McGonagall. How dare you? Demanded Professor Snape. And then Draco shrieked, Because I love her. Everyone was quiet. Dumbledore and Professor McGonagall still looked mad, but Professor Snape said, Fine, very well, you may go up to your rooms. Draco and I went upstairs while the teachers glared at us. Are you okay, Ebony? Draco asked me gently. Oh shit, sorry, my fan hit the key. Yeah, I guess. I lied. I went to the girls' dorm and brushed my teeth and my hair and changed into a low-cut black floor-lined dress with red lace and all around it and black high heels. When I came out, Draco was standing in front of the bathroom as he started to sing I Just Wanna Live by Good Charlotte. I was so flattered, even though he wasn't supposed to be there. We hugged and kissed. After that, we said goodnight and reluctantly went back into his room. Chapter 6. The Dumbledore. Yes, it's Dumbledore. They got away with it though. Chapter 6. Author's Note. Shut up, perhaps, okay? P.S. I will not update until you give me good revolves. The next day, I woke up in my coffin. I put on a black miniskirt that was all ripped around the end and a matching top with red skulls all over it and high-heeled boots that were black. There was not a comma in that whole sentence, by the way. Okay, I'll leave my phone down. We hugged and kissed. After that, we said... Oh no, wait, wrong line. I put on 2 pairs of school earrings and 2 crosses in my ears. I spray painted my hair with purple. In the great hall, I ate some Count Chocula cereal with blood instead of milk and a glass of red blood. Suddenly, someone bumped into me. All the blood spilled over my top. Bastard! I shouted angrily. I regretted saying it when I looked up, because I was looking at the pale white face of a gothic boy with spiky black hair with red streaks in it. He was wearing so much eyeliner that I was going down his face, and he was wearing a black lipstick. He didn't have glasses anymore, and now he was wearing a red contact lenses, just like Draco's, and there was no scar on his forehead anymore. He had a manly stubble on his chin. He had a sexy English accent. He looked exactly like Joel Madden. He was so sexy that my body went all hot when I saw him, kind of like an E-word, only I'm a girl, so I didn't get one, you psycho. E-word was like standing for like when your pee-pee goes all hard, just I'm avoiding the word in case Twitch is listening. I'm so sorry, I said in a shy voice. That's alright, what's your name? A question. My name's Harry Potter, although most people call me Vampire these days, he grumbled. Why? I exclaimed. Because I love the taste of human blood, he giggled. Well, I am a vampire, I confessed. Really? He whimpered. Yeah, I roared. We sat down to talk for a while. Then Draco came up behind me and told me he had a surprise for me, so I went away with him. Do you all want more chapters? I'm trying so hard to read it with the straightest face possible. This is hard in my brain. Yeah, it's a great way to lower your IQ. I'm not reading it because it's a good read. I'm reading it because it's horrifying. Like, it's so bad it just goes all around and becomes incredibly good. I think my brain cells are left. Yeah, no, don't worry, you don't need brain cells. Say Chico, yeah. My English is not perfect, but I corrected myself immediately after, so it's fine. It's fine, guys. Damn, Harry sure has changed a lot since I saw the books. Yeah, it's just an alternate universe, I guess. Still canon, Okay, let's get to the next chapter. I'm having way too much fun. Chapter 7. Bring Me to Life. Author's note. Well, okay, you guys, I'm only reading these goods. I got 5 God reviews. And by the way, I won't write the next chapter till I get 10 God votes. Stop flaming or I'll report you. Ebony isn't a Marisu, okay? She's imperfect, she's a Satanist, and she has problems. She's depressed, for God's sake. Dracondai held her pale white hands with black nail polish as we went upstairs. I was wearing red Satanist things on my nail and red nail polish. Author's note. See, does that sound like a Mary Usu to you? I waved to Vampire. Dark misery was in his depressed eyes. I guess he was jealous of me that I was going out with Draco. Anyway, I went upstairs excitedly with Draco. We went into his room and locked the door. Then... Okay, I can't read that part. But... I just read the... We started Frenching passively. And they basically had the sex word. See, is that stupid? I just want to give an honorable mention to Draco's boys thingy. All of a sudden, a sweet tattoo I had never seen before on Draco's arm. It was a black heart with an arrow through it. On it, in bloody Gothic writing, were the words "Vampire." I was so angry. "You bastard!" I shouted angrily, jumping out of the bed. No, but you don't understand," Draco pleaded, but I knew too much. "No, you fucking idiot," I shouted. "You probably have AIDS anyway." I put on my clothes, all huffily, and then stomped out. Draco ran out even though he was naked. He had a really big you-know-what, but I was too mad to care. I stomped out and did so until I was in Vampire's classroom, where he was having a lesson with Professor Snape and some other people. "Vampire Potter! You motherfucker!" I yelled. Manja Dumbo, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. I apologize if you're thinking what the fuck's going on. Reading a bad fanfiction. Yes, Kevin, reading My Immortal, a very terrible written fanfiction about Harry Potter and Mary Sue. It's very funny. It's very good English. It's just cute and funny when you say the wrong words. I'm glad that you guys find it funny. I'm always like super conscious about the way I say things. Okay, chapter 8. Author's note. Stop flexing, okay? If you do, then you are a prep. Oh, this is a long chapter. Long, considering the standards we have set for this fanfiction. Everyone in the class stared at me, and then Draco came into the room, even though he was naked, and started begging me to take him back. "Ebony, it's not what you think," Draco screamed sadly. My friend Bloody Mary Smith smiled at me understatedly. She flipped her long waist-length gothic black hair and opened her crimson eyes like blood that she was wearing contact lenses on. She had pale white skin that she was wearing white makeup on. Hermione was kidnapped when she was born. Her real parents are vampires, and one of them is a witch, but Voldemort killed their mother and her father committed suicide because he was depressed about it. She still has nightmares about it, and she is very haunted and depressed. It also turns out her real name is Smith and not Granger. Since she has converted to Satanism, she is in Slytherin now, not Gryffindor. "What is it that you desire, you ridiculous dimwit?" Snape demanded angrily in his cold voice, but I ignored him. "Vampire, I can't believe you cheated on me with Draco," I shouted at him. Everyone gasped. I don't know why Bunnyhead was so mad at me. I had went out with Vampire. Oh, is that Draco? Probably. I had went out with Vampire. I'm bi, and so is Ebony, for a while, but then he broke my heart. He dumped me because he liked Brittany, a stupid preppy fucker. We're just good friends now. He had gone through horrible problems, and now he was gothic. Like I would hang out with a prep. "But I'm not going out with Draco anymore," said Vampire. "Yeah, fucking right. Fuck off, you bastard," I screamed. I ran out of the room and into the forbidden forest where I had lost my virility. I had lost my virility to Draco, and then I started to burst into tears. What? She's not a strong man anymore, boys. She lost her virility. Dang, that sucks, Ebony, I'm sorry. Chapter 9. Author's note. Stop flaming, okay? I read all the books. This is from the movie, okay? So it's not my fault if Dumbledore swears. Besides, I said he had a headache, and the reason Snape doesn't lick Harry now is cause he's Christian and Vampire is a Satanist and Sierra rocks. I was so mad I said, I couldn't believe Draco for cheating on me. I began to cry against the tree where I did it with Draco. Then all of a sudden, an horrible man with red eyes and no nose and everything started flying towards me on a broomstick. He didn't have a nose, basically like Voldemort in the movie, and he was wearing all black, but it was obvious he wasn't gothic. It was Voldemort. No! I shouted in a scared voice, but then Voldemort shouted, Imperius! And I couldn't run away. Crookshanks! I shouted at him. I don't know what the fuck that means, so... Okay? Oh fuck. Voldemort fell off his broom and started to scream. I felt bad for him, even though I'm a sadist, so I stopped. Ah, it's Crucius. Crookshanks. Okay. Ebony, he yelled. You must kill Vampire Potter. I thought about Vampire and his sex eyes and his gothic black hair and how his face looks just like Joel Madden. I remembered that Draco had said I didn't understand, so I thought, what if Draco went out with Vampire before I went out with him and they broke up? No, Voldemort, I shouted back. Voldemort gave me a gun. No, please, I beg. You must, he yelled. If you does not, then I shall kill thy beloved Draco. How did you know? I asked in a surprised way. Voldemort got a dude, you saw a worried look on his face. I had telekinesis, he answered cruelly, and if you doth not kill Vampire, then do know what will happen to Draco, he shouted. Then he flew away angrily on his broomstick. I was so scared and mad, I didn't know what to do. Suddenly, Draco came into the woods. Draco, I said. Hi. Hi, he said back, but his face was all sad. He was wearing white foundation and messy eyeliner, kind of like a pentagram, getting it between Joel Madden and Gerard Way. Are you okay? I asked. No, he answered. I'm sorry I got all mad at you, but I thought you cheated on me. I expelled. That's okay, he said, all depressed, and we went back into Hogwarts together making out. A gun, yes. He gave Ebony a gun. Don't question Lord Voldemort's ways. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. I'm sure that, like, firing a gun is faster than casting a spell or whatever. I'm sure he took that into account for his strategy. Pretty sure that's how it works, okay? Don't question his ways. I trust in him. I trust in Voldemort. I know that he's trying to do something. Okay, let's I'll read chapter 10 to 12, and then I think I'll close the stream and we can read someone, and I'll continue reading my Immortal tomorrow. Chapter 10, Author's Note. Shut it up, you gay F-word. If you don't lick my story, then fuck off. P.S. It turns out Bloody Mary isn't a muggle after all, and she and the vampire are evil. That's why they moved houses, okay? I was really scared about the Voldemort all day. I was in upset, went to rehearsal with my gothic metal band Bloody Gothic Rose 666. I am the lead singer of it and I play guitar. People say that we sound like a cross between JC, Slipknot and MCR. The other people in the band are Bloody Mary, Vampire, Draco, Ron, although we call him Diabolo now. He has black hair now with blue streaks in it, and Hagrid. Why is Hagrid in the band? What the fuck? I wouldn't question it. Only today Draco and Vampire were depressed, so they weren't gummy and we wrote songs instead. I knew Draco was probably... I'm not risking it, but slitting his, he wouldn't die because he was a vampire too, and the only way you can kill a vampire is with a CROSS. There's no way I'm writing that, or a stink. And Vampire was probably watching a depressing movie like The Corpse Bride. I put in a black leather shirt that showed off my boobs and tiny matching miniskirt that said Simple Plan on the butt. You might think I'm a slut, but I'm really not. We're singing a cover of a Helena, and at the end of the song I suddenly burst into tears. Ebony, are you okay? Bloody Mary asked in a concerted voice. What the fuck do you think? He asked angrily, and then I said, well, Voldemort came and the fucking bastard told me to fucking kill Harry, but I don't want to kill him because he's real nice, even if he did go out with Draco. But if I don't kill Harry, then Voldemort will fucking kill Draco. I burst into tears. Suddenly, Draco jumped out from behind the wall. Why didn't you fucking tell me? He shouted. How could you? You fucking poser muckle bitch. See, is that out of character? I started to cry and cry. Draco started to cry too, all sensitive. Then he ran out crying. There's a lot of crying. Bloody Gothic Cross 666. Yeah, isn't that like a name that rolls off the tongue for like a metal emo band? Gothic band, We practiced for 1 more hour. Then suddenly Dumbledore walked in angrily. His eyes were all fiery, and I knew this time it wasn't because he had a headache. What have you done? He started to cry wisely. See, that's basically not swearing, and this time he was really upset, and you will see why. Ebony, Draco's been found in his room. He committed suicide by slitting his wrist. Chapter 11. Author's note. I said, stop flaming, you prams. See if this chapter is stupid! Exclamation point 11111. It deals with really serious setup. Specie for yourself if it's stupid, bruh. Thanks to my friend Raven for helping me. No! I screamed. I was horrified. Bloody Mary tried to comfort me, but I told her fuck off, and I ran to my room crying myself. Dumbledore chased after me, shouting, but he had to stop when I went into my room, because it would look like a perv that way. Anyway, I started crying tears of blood, and then I cut myself. That's the best way of saying it, without describing it. They got all over my clothes, so I took them off and jumped into the bath angrily while I put on Linkin Park song at full volume. I grabbed a stick and almost stuck it to my heart to commit suicide. I was so fucking depressed. I got out of the bathtub and put on a black low-cut dress with lace all over it sadly. I put on black high heels with pink metal stuff on the end and 6 pairs of school earrings. I couldn't fucking believe it. Then I looked out the window and screamed. Snap was spying on me and he was taking a videotape of me, and Lupin was masticating through it. They were sitting on a broomstick. Ew, you fucking pervs! Stop looking at me naked! Are you pedos or what? I screamed, putting on a black towel with a picture of Marilyn Manson on it. Suddenly, Vampire ran in. Abracadabra! He yelled at Snape and Lupin, pointing his womb. I took my gun and shot Snape and Lupin a gazillion times, and they were both started screaming and the camera broke. Suddenly, Dumbledore ran in. Ebony, it has been revealed that someone has. No! He shouted, looking at Snape and Lupin, and then he waved his wand suddenly. Hagrid ran outside on his broom and said, "Everyone, we need to talk." "What do you know, Hagrid? You're just a little Hogwarts student." "I may be a Hogwarts student," Hagrid posed angrily, "but I'm also a Satanist." "This cannot be," Snape said in a crisp voice as blood dripped from his hand where Dumbledore's wound had shot him. "There must be other factors." "You don't have any," I yelled madly. Lupin held up the camera through me laughingly. "The lens may be ruined, but the tape is still there." I felt faint, more than I normally do, like how it feels when you do not drink enough blood. "Why are you doing this?" Lupin said angrily while he rubbed his dirty hands on his cloak. And then I heard the words that I had heard before, but not from him. I did not know whether to feel shocked and happy or to be bite him and drink his blood, because I felt faint. Because, Hagrid said, and he paused in the air dramatically, waving his wand in the air. Then swooped in, singing to the tune of a gothic version of a song by 50 Cent. "Because you're gothic?" Snape asked in a little afraid voice, because he was afraid it meant he was connected with Satan. "Because I love her." Okay, I don't know what age Hagrid is in this fanfiction, and it's very sus, not gonna lie, but I guess he's a student, so he has like 17 or 18 or some shit like that. Jackwolf45, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. How are you? If you're wondering what the fuck you woke up on, we're reading a bad fanfiction called My Immortal. Welcome. Hello, Nix. How are ya? Okay, last chapter for today. Outer Snoop. Stop f***ing, okay? Hagrid is a pedo too. A lot of people in American schools are like that. I wanted to address that issue. How do you know Snape and Christian? Plus Hagrid is really in love with Ebony. That was Cedric, okay? Okay, I'm more confused than before. So is Hagrid a pedo or not? What the fuck is happening there? No, we're reading the last chapter and then the three men. Could I read a confusing plot turn, because it's taking a weird turn, yeah. I was able to slit my again with a silver knife that Draco had given me in case anything happened to him. He had told me to use it valiantly against an enemy, but I knew that we must both go together. No, I thought it was Hagrid, but it was vampire. No, I thought it was Hagrid, but it was vampire. He started to scream, "Oh, MFG, no, my scar heart!" And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. I stopped. "How did you know?" "I saw it." And my scar turned back into the lightning bolt. "No." I ran up closer. "I thought you didn't have a scar anymore," I shouted. "I do, but Diabolo changed into a pentagram for me, and I always covered up with foundation," I said back. "Anyway, my scar hardened turned back into the lightning bolt. Save me." Then I had a vision of what was happening to Draco. Voldemort has him bondage. Okay. Anyway, I was in the school nurse office now, recovering from my slit, you know what. Snap and Lupin and Harried were there too. They were going to sing the mangoes after they recovered, cause they were pedos, and you can't have those fucking pervs teaching in a school with lots of hot girls. Dumbledore had constipated the video camera to cover me naked. I put up my middle finger at them. Anyway, Hagrid came into my hospital bed holding a bouquet of pink roses. Inobi, I need to tell you something, he said in a serious voice, giving me the roses. Fuck off, I told him. You know I fucking hate the color pink anyway, and I don't like fucked up preps like you. I snapped. Hagrid had been mean to me before for being gothic. No, Inobi, Hagrid says. Those are not roses. What, are they goth to you, brother Brab? I asked, because I was angry that he had brought me pink roses. I saved your life, he yelled angrily. No, you didn't, I replied. You saved me from getting a Paris Hilton P video made from you, from your shower scene and being viewed by Snap and Lupin. Who must have buttoned? See, is that spelled wrong? Tweet, he added silently. Whatever, I yelled angrily. He pointed his wand at the pink roses. These aren't roses. He suddenly looked at them with an evil look in his eyes and muttered, well, if you wanted honesty, that's all you had to say. That's not a spell. That's an MCR song. I corrected him wisely. I know, I was just warming up my vocal cords. Then he screamed, Petulus Marengo, mi cremically Romasio. For all you cool gothic MCR fans out there, that is a tribute. Especially for Raven, I love you, girl. Imo not okay, yo. Oh, okay, I see. And then the roses turned into a huge black flame floating in the middle of the air, and he was black. Now I knew he wasn't a prep. Okay, I believe you now. What the fuck is Draco? Oh, where the fuck is Draco? Okay. Hagrid rolled his eyes. I looked into the balls of flame, but I could see nothing. You see, Inobi, Dumbledore said, watching the two of us watching the flame. To see what is in the flames. Your reviewers' flames, get it? You must find yourself first, Kay. I have found myself, okay? You mean old man? Hagrid yelled. Dumbledore looked shocked. I guess he didn't have a headache, or else he would have said something bad. Hagrid stormed off back into his bed. You're a liar, Prof. Dumbledore. Anyway, when I got better, I went upstairs and put on a black leather mini dress that was all ripped on the ends with lace on it. There was some corset stuff on the front. Then I put on black fishnet and black high-heeled boots with pictures of Billy Joe Armstrong on them. I put my hair all out around me, so I looked like Samara from The Ring. If you don't know who she is, you're a prep, so fuck off. And I put on blood red lipstick, black eyeliner, and black lip gloss. You look kawaii, girl, Bloody Mary said sadly. Thanks, kid. You do too, I said sadly too. But I was still upset. I slid past all my feeling today, totally depressed, and I sucked all the blood. I cried again in my bathroom and put the shades on so Snap and Lupin couldn't spy on me this time. I went to some classes. Vampire was in the hair of magic creatures. He looked all depressed because Draco had disappeared, and he had used to be in love with Draco. He was sucking some blood from a Hufflepuff. Hi, he said in a depressed way. Hi back, I said in an vocally sad way. We both looked at each other for some time. Harry had beautiful red gothic eyes, so much like Draco's. Then we jumped on each other and started sex-word each other. Stop it now, you horny simpletons, shouted Professor McGoggle, who was watching us, and so was everyone else. Vampire, you fucker! I I said, slapping him. Stop trying to screw me. You know I love Draco, I shouted and ran away angrily. Just then, he started to scream, OMFG, no, my scar hurts. And then his eyes rolled up. You could only see his red whites. No, I ran up closer. I thought you didn't have a scar anymore, I shouted. I do, but the apollo changed into a pentagram for me, and I always covered up with foundation, he said. Anyway, my scar hurt, and then I had a vision what happened to Draco. Voldemort has him in bondage. Special thanks to Raven, my gothic's blood sister. What the fuck? You're so pumped to read these... Exclamation point. 11111111111. Hey Raven, do you know where my sweater? Hi. And that's the end of the chapter. I think there was like a mix up at some point. Like the chapters got busy wrong because you already read that. And I think that's also the end of the stream. Can I be your pet kitten? No, sorry. I already have a cat. 2 actually, I think it's enough. Can't feed a 3rd one. My 2 cats eat a lot already. They're all both fat. Need to keep them on diet. Maya, hello! Hello. Let me drink some water. Thanks for the fun stream. I probably will never see Harry Potter stuff with the same eyes again. You're welcome. Don't worry. We have about 30 more chapters to read. So I hope you're all prepared. I am not. I know I am not prepared for that. So, let's see who's... Oh! Tardigrado, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Vampire Gang. How are you? Very sorry you came at the end of the stream. We'll be raiding someone now. Oh, we can't raid Meowric. Don't worry, I'm here tomorrow too. At midnight, usually. That's when I stream ASMR, because it's the only time of the day where I am free. I'll drop you off by Meowric. He's doing ASMR too. Here is the raid message that you can copy and paste. You can follow me on my socials and you can join my Discord server if you want. Thank you so much for being here. Oxy, thank you so much for the follow. I'm very sorry. Silent Polar Bear, thank you so much for the follow. Guys, I'm very sorry. I am raiding right now. But I hope to see you tomorrow too. So you can have a better talk since you guys came right at the end of the stream, I think. But thank you so much again for coming, and I hope you will have sweet dreams. And tomorrow we'll be reading the Call of Cthulhu. And now it's time to read. Bye bye guys. Bye Mike. Bye everybody. Love you all. Bye bye.